guys, it's Kate Scott here, back with Naturopathic Ninjas to discuss branding, specifically your color selection. Do you know that 52% of customers will not return to a given website if they're turned off by its branding or color selection? Eek. So let's not mess this one up, guys. Let's get started. Alright guys, so first things first, let's take a tip from the most profitable businesses in the world. More than 85% of them are using one of these three colors: blue, green, or orange. I don't like orange, but if you do, I guess go for it. It's obviously working for someone. Tip number 2 is a simple Google search. At the tips of your fingers, you'll be able to find the significance of various colors. For example, luxury is often conveyed through burgundy, white, and black. Impulse buyers gravitate more towards bright blue, black, and orange. And people who like to be a little more conservative and budget conscious often like dark blues and greens. Tip number 3 is to use everything you learned about your ideal patient in the Week 1 Naturopathic Ninjas Challenge to pick your brand colors. Just because a color is your favorite doesn't mean it should be part of your branding package, unless, of course, you are your target audience. Number 4, studies have actually shown that the color selection of a website impacts how quickly the user believes the page is loading. So that is to say that colors like red and oranges that get people really energetic and sometimes antsy actually cause the user to feel like this is taking way too much of my time. Whereas if you select a color like blue or green, it's more likely that the user is going to just sit back and relax and wait for your page to load if it's taking too long. So something to consider. Number 5. Know your goal. If the goal of your page is to get somebody to click a certain button that says, for example, subscribe here because you want them on your email list, then make that button a completely different color. That color should be nowhere else on the page. That gives me, as your user, no other option. I'm drawn in. I must click the orange button. Tip number 6 is about moderation. Color is key. It makes your brand 80% more memorable. However, if you put it everywhere, I don't know where to look. So if your color, for example, is green, don't put it on your subscribe button and your About Me page because you really want me to check that out, and on your sidebar. As a user, I don't know where to look. Tip number 7 has to do with the international marketplace. If you plan on expanding your brand into somewhere like Asia, for example, take into consideration the cultural significance of your final color selection. For example, white in North America is a color of purity, clarity, transparency, and cleanliness, while in Asia it actually signifies bad luck, and in other countries is a color of mourning. And while rebranding is something you will likely have to consider at some point in the lifetime of your future practice, re-choosing or reselecting the key colors to your brand is not something you really want to have to do. Alright guys, so here's the final tip number 8. Is that right? There it is. I like that one better. Not all of us have 20/20 vision. In fact, 75% of us don't. So please keep this in mind when you're making your final color selection. Make sure that if you're writing, things stand in high contrast. That is to say, your background should be white and your writing should be black. Again, your background should be white and your writing should be black. Period. But anyway, just keep in mind that at the end of the day, if your content isn't accessible, it's absolutely useless. So guys, that's all I have for you today on color selection and branding. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to comment below. And if you don't mind, just hit this button right here and subscribe to the Naturopathic Ninjas YouTube page. I promise you will not regret it. Thanks for watching. Take care. Have a great weekend. Ciao.